Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. I am your teacher, Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So dear students, this is another exciting episode that we have, and in this video, allow me take you through participles, and this is an area in grammar that is also, tested. And talking about participles, a participle is a type of a verbal. So a verbal is a verb form that looks like a verb but does not act as the verb in a sentence. Then another thing is that there are three types of participles. So when we talk about participles, we have got three types. So it is under the types that we are going to, get to look at the different uses of participles in sentences. So we have got the present participle, there is the past participle, and there is also the third one that is called the perfect participle. Now, allow me start by looking at the first one, that is the present participle. Talking about present participle, dear students, this is the ing form of a verb. So the present participle is formed by adding ing to the base of a verb. So if we have, for example, a verb run, so we can add ing to to make it to make the verb now be in that is the present participle by simply adding ing to the base of that verb, and that will now be running. So present participles are the present participles have got two uses in sentences. The first use is that we can have them in sentences, function as verbs. So when they function in sentences as verbs, or when they are used in sentences as verbs, they indicate that an action that is performed by the subject was or is in progress. So they are preceded by the primary auxiliary verbs is, was, were, and are. So when we say that the present participle can be used in a sentence as a verb to indicate that an action that is performed by the subject was or is in progress, then it means that they talk about actions that are ongoing, the actions that are continuing. So in most cases, just like I've said, they are preceded by the primary auxiliary verbs is, was, were, and are. So talking about the primary auxiliary verbs, just to take you back to Form 2 work. In Form 2 work, we learned about auxiliary verbs, where we had the primary auxiliary verbs and the modal auxiliary verbs. Now, let me talk about the primary auxiliary verbs briefly because they are mentioned here. So, the primary auxiliary verbs in sentences, dear students, are also called the helper verbs because they just help the sentence to express a complete thought. That is, they help in that is giving the sentence its structure. So remember, we have got four categories of the primary auxiliary verbs. We have got the forms, not categories. We have got four forms of the primary auxiliary verbs. So there is the primary auxiliary verb that is in the form to have, and that is where we have verbs like has, have, and had in the past. So we have got those that are in the form of the verb to do, that is do, does, uh, don't, etc. Did, sorry, not don't, but did. So again, there is that is in the form of the verb to be. So here is where we have is, was, were, and so on. So examples that we have in sentences that can help us, look at how we can use the past participle as a verb to show that an action was or is in a continuous form here. So we have the first sentence, that is I am running. So this is in present progressive. So it talks about an action that is being done at the moment of speaking and it is continuing. So here, the subject performs the action, at the what? At the time it is also spoken. So another example that we have here is that he is afraid of swimming. So again, this is also in the present progressive. Then there is also the last one that talks about an action that was done in the past but was continuing, meaning that by the time it was happening, it had not been completed. So the lesson was boring. The lesson was boring. So this talks about a lesson that was, probably took place in the past, but when it was going on, it was actually boring. So another thing is that the present participles can also be used as adjectives. So this means that they can be used as an adjective to modify a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. So in this case, they give information about a noun or pronoun. We have got a few examples in sentences. So the first one, the duty of a police officer is so frustrating. So if you look at the last word there, frustrating, we've added that is ing to frustrate. That is the base of the verb frustrate by omitting e. So you can see that. Another sentence is that the remarks he made about the president were worrying. The remarks he made about the president are worrying. So here, the present participles have been used as adjectives to modify a noun or a pronoun, and that is what we have there. On to the next thing, that is the next category, the next type of participles, that is, we have the past participles. So past participles, when we use them in sentences, in most cases, the regular verbs end in ed, while irregular verbs end in, affixes or suffixes such as en, nt, or various other endings. So we have got a few examples here in sentences. And the first example is the door was opened. The door was opened. So looking at the auxiliary verbs used, that is was is an auxiliary verb in the form of the verb to be. So it is used in the past, talking about, it is used in past tense, sorry, and it talks about, something that happened, maybe a point in time in the past. Another one is, I have written the letter. So this is the one that is now taking the suffix en. It is taking the suffix en. So I have written the letter. So it talks about an action that is complete. Then the last one, he was really bored. He was really bored. So here we've added the suffix ed to make it, talk about whatever happened in the past. So in the first sentence, I did not mention the suffix that was added. So we added ed to open to make it, talk about an action again that happened at a point in time in the past. So was is an auxiliary verb that has been used to like align the sentence structure. So the other type of participle that we have, dear students, is the perfect participle. And we are told that the perfect participle is used to shorten or combine clauses that have the same subject. So here's where an action is completed before the next one starts. So the examples that we have in sentences are, for instance, she bought a pen and ran to school. So the sentence talks about two things that happened. The first one is the fact that the subject here bought a pen. So that is the first action. So the second one, whoever is being talked about in the sentence also ran to school. So one action is completed before the next one starts. So there is also another example. She arrived home and ate her lunch. She arrived home and ate her lunch. So again, she arrived home. Then upon her arrival, she took her lunch. So dear students, that brings us to the end of the session. Thank you for staying tuned till the end. Keep it easy, Limo. Until next time, bye.